I know myself, as well as Kyle, are looking to be convinced. We would love to see it from Signify, to watch them step up. We're seeing heroes that, hey, yeah, we're happy to see him. Leshrac, Axe, Queen of Pain. Some people may say it's terrible, other people, I'm just happy to see the dancing pony.
It's a tough lineup. There isn't really much, I don't want to say like no synergy, but it's one of those drafts from Signify where it's just like, well, we have to beat the enemy and just kill them over and over and over. Rost awards, Lesh, you have a lot of tower pressure, but they're both the support duo. I would have liked this draft so much more if the Lesh was core in some way, but they choose to pivot a bit, pick the Sven, which is a very weak hero against a lot of what Keen's got, notably the Troll and the Rubik, where you just have really easy spells. The Sven stun also, when casted by a Rubik with his maxed out passive, is like a 3-second AoE stun. And Troll, you just pop your...
If they can make the most of this, oh, nicely played. Kaka just throwing away the follow-up stun, which would have held the Doom in position to get some easier damage. I'm just liking the synergy they have between the two supports, having that Shackles into follow-up stun, same with the Svens. This is a very secure defensive tri-lane, and if they are going to hit that power point and then play this fast tempo game that you know Keen's going to play, they're going to need that early game farm.
For sure. It's not as strong as you would think, though, against what Keen Gaming's got, just because it's so much easier for Keen to peel the damage away. If you can target the Rasta, the damage output, like Lesh is 43 base damage. Sven's got a lot, sure, but you just can't land kills unless the Rasta is able to add some auto attacks. However, this is a good start.
Yep, they're going off again. There's your chain stun right into old 11. He'll make a break for the tree line, but will not survive. Blizzard will spill the first blood. Exactly the kind of gold that Sven's looking for.
Yep.
I also love what happened in the mid lane too. They were able to de-ward the Observer Orb, but Swifty was able to consume it with a Tango, so he's already having a good regen battle against the Tiny.
Yeah, they picked the Tiny. Whenever Quap is very much a lane-dominating snowball hero, so Tiny is just there to trade, effectively. You can't ever beat a Tiny as a Quap. You just make him buy regen, and inevitably, root control will decide who has more impact on the map.
Yeah, I don't know if Dark really wants to have this. Like, with the creep wave following him, Max is happy to spin on top of that Disruptor, but he's trying to stop him from just free farming up this small camp and getting the easy money for the Axe.
Yeah.
With only a level 1 Disruptor, he can't stop the TP out of Axe.
Yeah, I like what they did here as well, because they had Crowley on the Rasta TP bottom after he got level 2, so he pulls the camp and then can actually see, not just CS, but you can see him just trading down bottom with Old Chicken.
As if he can survive through this. That trade is not looking too good for him. Crowley makes a break for the tree lines too. But Old Chicken needs some vision, but he jukes it south. Gets spotted for half a second. The range axes will be able to connect, so slowed up. He'll have to juke again as the Dire Creep Wave arrives. The south cancelled off an Old Chicken. The Shackles are out, but this won't stop Old Chicken from finding that kill onto the Shadow Shaman.
And that ends up not being worth, unfortunately, because the creeps actually were able to slay the hard camp. So Old Chicken only lost one XP from one creep. So get a lot of regen, sure. Better than doing nothing. And in the jungle, of course, the Axe still being pursued. Although now actually chasing Dark.
It's kind of the other way around, isn't it? He's got himself a creep wave and a half the Axe, and he still wants to be able to farm this up, and Dark's doing the best he can, but there's only so much a level 1 Thunderstrike will do to deter this Axe, who is out of regen.
I wish he'd gotten level 2 Battle Hunger there, because he would have been able to chase down Dark and probably kill him, but opts to go for the more farm-centered build.
Shackles again, this time Crowley, Old Chicken, he's not a healthy man. That one melee creep is keeping the distance.
The Axe misses, but Crowley won't be able to dive further. He's level 4 on the Troll, however.
He's got no consumables left. He's actually having to walk all the way back to base. Leshrac will die up on top, so Kaka able to find the kill.
Yeah, so far,
there's a lot of wasted time, though, for Old Chicken.
Indeed, and that's the key hero for Keen to watch. He is in control of their win condition. The rest of the heroes exist solely to allow him to do his damage and buy him space. Top, you see Old 11.
There's these double stuns that just keep following through. Doombringer has 6 stick charges, so it's going to be hard to kill him off, but that's why they're going in for the Edict. Kaka trying to soak up as much as he can. 11 now will burn the stick charges, but the stun, it connects from Leshrac, but it's still not enough. The salve will pop, and nothing will cancel it.
That is what we call Sadder Gaming, boys and girls. 5.5 health regen, just because he ate that creep. The best in this lane, because Sven Lesh is very much a kill lane. You want to butter him up and then go for it, but once you don't have the stuns, you just chill. He pops the salve, and unfortunately you can see like Lesh has now one spell. It's very difficult to contest, and Rubik's able to roam.
Yeah, Lestrak needs to find a little bit more, but if they do find that kill, the push power that can come in.
He's level 2.
He's level 2.
What are you talking about?
I'm just thinking pressure on the top lane, something that Doombringer can't really stop. Unless he just stands there and takes it.
Yeah. The concern in this lane is that Sven does not have very high base health regen, and he's now incredibly low on regen. So Doom, with that Devour ticking along with the Satyr, like he's got 12 health regen. You just keep walking at the Sven and hitting them.
That's when you look for your supports to have TP scrolls. But I'm looking at those Shaman without one.
Dire structures are fortified.
They fortify for a bit. That's also allowing the Dire creep wave to dive underneath the mid lane, adding more and more pressure.
Yeah, the Axe, however, is going to have a Vanguard quite soon, but even up top, Blizzard's taking so much pressure from this Doom. He's continuing to get ran at over and over.
He's still got the same CS as the Sven.
Yeah, but and the concern for the...
Sorry, it's the troll. Glimpse pulls him back in. This is around the 5-minute rune battle. Axe has already TP'd over the tier 1 tower, trying to find that little bit of a battle, but he won't find it. In fact, he's probably going to lose Shaman. Maybe he can get the bounty rune, able to do so. Meanwhile, Shaman will still fall.
Yeah, you can see if one extra point in Battle Hunger, and that's 2 kills so far, that no chance would have on this Disruptor.
Blizzard
Minor inefficiency.
able to run himself away. Rubik just wants that level 2 Fade Bolt to connect, but he's lost vision. So this event has to keep running. He's juking around the fountain as living on a prayer, but it is nighttime, remember. The vision is not absolutely amazing, so he comes back in to burn the shrine. He was waiting for Swifty to arrive. But that's living on the edge, no doubt.
Yeah, that was cool from Kaka. He had to play that defensively because he feared that a shrine popped plus the Quap rotation would have landed a stun and then a kill onto this Rubik. So he's just trying to force the shrine, but not going for the kill.
Disruptor's going to TP down the bottom lane. I don't know if, like...
Don't do anything.
Yeah, the Axe just tanks through everything when he's got this Vanguard. Looking to go for a Blink next and then into the Blade Mill. But it's just great to watch these Axes with unbelievable regen, but without any boots.
Yep.
Now he'll get him.
One of the best heroes against Troll as a counter pick. You get the Blink, and then you can already see it's queued up. He has Blade Mail next. Like, you just go straight for Troll. You get so many spin procs because of the high attack speed. And all game. No matter, there's nothing you can buy as a Troll to make yourself uninitiatable. Even through BKB, you're going to take heavy damage.
You just need to also burn so much life having to tank the creep wave underneath the tower all the time. Crowley's waiting by, like he just hit level 3. They're going to run into the Disruptor and do some early damage with the level 2 Ether Shock. Axe wants to get in the middle of this fight. The Shackles over on Troll Warlord, but Dark's already managed to find the kill. And Old Chicken, he's happy with this.
He really needs that other point in Battle Hunger. The max spin is nice, but it's just not... It's an extra 0.5 seconds on the cooldown and 40 damage, but the Battle Hunger is just... It's so sick because you lower the cooldown, you get 50% increase in damage, and that's the difference maker when you're trying to hunt these low HP, slow heroes like Disruptor. If they get stacks up, it'll be value, and I'm questioning whether Crowley would have been better served just hard stacking in the triple camp around bottom Dire Shrine versus pulling this hard camp over and over, which is annoying the Troll, but it's not really slowing him down.
He was coming over to get the D-Ward on the Observer, and he just loses his life for it instead. The Leshrac as well as Ven, simple combinations to pop, especially when you got God Strength, but the smoke movement, Queen of Pain and Shaman both moving to bottom lane. They want to do something about this Troll Warlord, and they've got enough damage. Sonic Wave just gets wrecked out, but no Troll Warlord. He's stealing enough life back thanks to 6 charges. He got enough life to survive the initial attack. Leeches a little bit more, and then they glimpsing back in Swifty. He'll blink away in a bit. 1 second till he's got that, unless he wants to blink in for the fight. A blink into Scream will find something, but he doesn't have the mana for it. Actually, he does with the Mango, but here comes Axe. Wrap around the back. They know they're low. Dark is still ticking down to the Shadow Strike.
God, I wish they had Axe there for that smoke movement. They would have been able to pressure under tower, certainly found the kill on Troll, and been able to most likely finish off this tier 1, but he was actually farming, he was farming hard camp and there was no stack all the way back in his own jungle. It's very weird move, and usually I love the smoke to the lane where you have the advantage, but the hero that's powerful, top net worth Axe, he's got to be in the actual lane.
There was also a small little problem too. Shaman TP'd in towards the mid, but he didn't refill the bottle of Swifty, and that actually meant the Swifty was a little bit low on mana when he came into that bottom fight.
Yeah, and meanwhile up top, because Doom has hit level 6, ult 11 is just so strong, you have to abandon the lane as Sven. Otherwise you're going to tank the Doom, get dove under tower, and it's a tough spot.
They're going to try and stop No Chance if possible. Wrap around from Old 11. He's got the Doom available, lets it out on the Axe, and Kaka will be more than enough control, combining with the War Stomp that Old 11 has now consumed, to pick up the Axe, throw him around, and then ensure this kill. And that's a big one. That's the one which Signify has been putting all of their money into. He's the #1 on the CS board, and he's the #1 in the net worth too.
Yeah, it's a good rotation because they recognize, look, the Sven isn't the big issue. It's actually slowing down this Axe Blink Dagger. That's the priority. Top.
Yep. Right underneath the Dire Observe Ward. Disruptor had the sentries available. He'll still end up going down, but thanks to the fact he's able to put the wall in, Rubik just turns on the level 3 Diabolic Edict, and Lestrak knows he can't survive. Tries to land his stun, so there would have been enough of a follow-up to get the counter kill, but now it's not going to work.
If he had Visionary, he could have clipped him 100%. Man, that would have been sick. He had the ward too. If he had leveled up and somehow managed to turn that around, that would have been unbelievable. But that is such an amazing spell for Rubik, and one of the reasons you are always confident taking it against Leshrac. Any of the spells you steal, but especially Edict, are incredible.
Yeah, that Dire Observe Ward has now been taken away. 10-minute bounty runes come up. And it looks like Signify will be able to get 3 of the 4. And they've got heavy presence on bottom lane. 3 heroes already down. The Queen of Pain's going to come as well. They want to use these high points in Edict to push down the towers. They want to have a fast-paced game to it. That's why it's a 2-3-0 build on the Lesh.
It's one of my favorite combos, the Lesh Axe, because Axe just kills creep waves immediately, can tank shots, towers, etc. Lesh just walks up, Edicts.
But it's the same thing that Kaka's using against him. It's like, oh, I have your Edict. What are you going to do? I can push just as fast as you can.
Yep. And this is great for Keen just because they're behind at the moment in terms of overall strength of their composition. So if they're able to just keep the enemy side bottom as they push top, they're fine.
Doing the mid thing. They're just putting the Lesh in the trees right next to the tower. He can just keep popping off his Edict.
Yep, for a bit.
And Old 11 had to jump in here quickly to stop this.
Ward.
Queen of Pain's nearby, and you can say goodbye to Leshrac.
Yeah, they need to cut
and up on top, follow in. JBO looking for the kill on Crowley, able to achieve it. The glimpse meaning that any kind of support that did TP in was sent instantly packing.
And look at this again, the Edict's gonna come out with no glyph. This is a tier 2.
They gotta try and fight this. Sonic Wave is up, Scream is up, TP support's coming in from Leshrac, but they don't have the control.
Yep. There's a level 6 on and Disruptor as well, so all of a sudden, Swifty's game on Quap. This is a snowball hero, and look at the net worth. 5th position. You're dead to this Disruptor all game, and there's no real way to recover unless you're able to find kills. Bottom, another Doom onto No Chance.
Yeah, they're really making it so this Axe never has any kind of impact. Like he's got the Vanguard and the boots, and that was the last item he had a long time ago. He's still trying to save this money up for a Blink Dagger.
And like
they're not allowing him to have that initiation item.
This Edict, like mid tower's dead, Toby.
Yeah, it was a good steal.
It's completely game-changing, and this one steal is really what's opened up the game. It's now a 4K advantage for Keen, and what looked like a great game for Signify, but that smoke gank that wasn't executed well, and a great job by Old Chicken to just continuously find kills on Axe, or Old Levin rather.
You're close enough to it.
Yeah.
But I'm liking that number that just got popped up. How much damage, building damage done by Rubik is just way too high, like higher than anything else the Dire's been able to pump up. And you know they want to get more aggressive. Like Keen Gaming, they have momentum on their side. Their early items have already arrived. Doom will run at everyone with Phase Boots Drum and the full Magic Wand. And Signify are looking for their initiation. Mass Serpent Wards are up. And it's really up to them to try and push the issue, right? Like that's what they have to do with this lineup.
Yeah, the problem is they're playing in the wrong side of the map. This is the dead lane for Keen, and even if you were to find kills here, Signify won't be able to actually get map presence. And taking this tier 2 would be nice, but Keen have no intention of fighting just yet. They want to continue to accelerate farm, eventually find pickoffs with Disruptor once their troll is ready. And you can see Signify just seem a bit lost. There isn't really anything that feels great for them to be doing right now because they're not confident trying to dive mid. And here's the counter smoke from Keen. They are going to hunt bottom. Look at this Quap.
They messed up and was trying to force down the tower, but Kaka's already added the pressure on top, so they had to jump back. They knew there was a smoke gang going on. The courier actually delivered under the cover of smoke. That's why they saw the turnaround. You can say goodbye to Leshrac, and they're going to say goodbye to Shaman too. Crowley can run through the tree lines, but he can't run that fast.
And in the meantime, old Chicken just farming Ancients, continuing to try and accelerate. You have a tiny Blink Dagger finished up pretty soon, but credit to Old 11 because he's just dominated this game thus far. Has the Wolf Creep, just whenever Doom's up, he's finding a kill. You can see there, he's just beelining forwards, even with just Drum's Phase Wand. 1700 health, so much regen. The squishy heroes, there's no Sven there. You can't actually fight this Doom, and they have nothing to do but run, and against Disruptor, that's always going to end up in your supports in the grave.
Yep. As they have a new item on, it's the Echo Saber in for the Sven. So I want to keep my eyes on Yi, this tiny... Like, his items aren't absolutely amazing as you would probably expect from Yi normally, but if he can get this Blink Dagger, those items will come.
Yep. His hero choice was more just about neutralizing the Quap, and if you look at net worth, you'll take this trade all day if you're keen, because Tiny, you just need a Blink Dagger and levels. Quap is far more gold-based than experience-based, so you're struggling in any game where you're not in the top 2. And especially against these tanky strength heroes on the, well, I guess Troll is agility, but it counts as strength in my book. It's gonna be very tough.
He's tanky enough for it.
Yeah.
Bounties start flying in. They're looking for an initiation if possible. Down on the south, Signify. Kaka is nearby, but Leshrac just took down the mid tower, so Old 11 will do something about him, and the Satyrs, they hold him in position, like, no, come back here, Satyrs, I want to be denied.
That's very unfortunate.
Oh, wow, they're actually surrounding Swifty. He blinked himself forward to try and farm the way, got instantly put inside the Disrupt, the Storm. The Master Mords got planted down. Rubik trying to be the one to get the defense out. The Shackles, there's a long-range hold. And Old Chicken now wants to get involved in the fight too. It's a 2-for-1 trade-off split between lanes as Crowley jukes through the tree lines. Old Chicken able to catch him out. I don't know about this battle that Disruptor is having back inside the lane, however, because now Doombringer is going to come and join him. So Troll can have his one-on-one battle with his Sven. But Doom is having his own battle with Axe as well as Disruptor. So the split in the side, Blizzard, is he going to finally be brought down? All right, one TP out, and the other, he will not. TPs are available, but way too many Suns available to stop them. So Blizzard just has to accept his own death and delay time.
I love Doom Disruptor. It's one of my favorite combinations in Dota 2, because you just have, you know, Disruptor's main concern is if heroes are able to get onto him, if his team isn't strong enough to play defense, sort of as an offensive line, you know, throughout the blocks. Doom just walks forward with drums popped and fire up. You're hasted, just moving forwards. You provide so much vision, and it's just so easy to play it. Dark has a great game, and you know, one of the, I think, unsung heroes of the new blood of the Chinese region. He switched from mid to off lane, now finally, you know, found his place to support. I think mostly just because he was the hardworking idea man, and honestly, if you want to be the shot caller, you've just got to play hard support. It's just how it goes.
It's actually kind of funny you mentioned that, considering Signify. Signify, I think, have actually changed almost every single role of every single player on their squad. No chance. We'll still try and be that initiator, but you've got the Static Storm. It is down, and Axe having a very hard time following up. In fact, they're the ones that lost Leshrac, because Tiny can just blink in, nuke him down with that 4-4 combo. But the run begins. Axe found something with the Culling Blade, so say goodbye to Kaka, but Axe into the trees, the wall. They hold him just in position, thanks to the Infernal Blades. The wall locks him in. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Old Chicken begins his run, phase boots, lets him just break free with Master Mords, Shadow Shaman, as well as Blizzard. They're going to stand their ground. You just turn everything on the battle trance. Look how much lifesteal he gets. This Sven, he thinks he's a hero, but he thinks wrong. Crowley makes a break for the trees, but Old Chicken just stays right on top of it. This is mad troll disease. He'll turn around for another one. Right into Leshrac. Dodges the stun. Oh, Chicken, the fancy footwork. Michael Flatley, Lord of the Trolls. Triple kill for Old Chicken. He'll want more. If someone would like to present themselves. Swifty, do you want this? I don't think you want this.
Oh, you do not want any piece of this troll anymore. What a... I want to say a play, but Old Chicken, like, he had no choice there but to turn and fight. It just so happened that he ends up with a triple kill. The Rasta oomed himself. The downside of the hero is that if you drop wards like that and a whole round of spells, you all of a sudden have nothing left, and was unable to stop Old Chicken during the ultimate. Sven has no stun up and recognizes, like, ooh, he's the one actually in trouble.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And they're not going to stop. Keen want more. Kaka blinks in. Almost a perfect double storm. Didn't catch Shadow Shaman, but it's the Queen of Pain they want to be out of control. With a toss back, they have enough damage to get the kill with the Sonic Wave. A turnaround at least. So you're getting something from Signify, but something is not enough. Only the 2 supports die, and the cause from Keen are here to mop up the rest of the Signify mid-heroes.
Yep.
And even with the Observer wards, they know they can get more. He's just watching Blizzard farm, waiting for his toss combination to come off cooldown. The Avalanche will slow him up. No chance, has Blink available. If he wants to join this fight, the drum charge triggers, so Tiny gets that extra movement speed. The toss forward, and no Avalanche follow-up. The Doom will come out, and it's on top of the Axe. Here's Old Chicken. Here's your damage output. And he's just as balanced in the main game of Dota as he is in Dota chess. Goodbye. Monster kill streak for both of the old boys.
It's just crazy how slight mistakes can lead to these massive advantages going the way of the enemy. And the critical moment is that one smoke, and the way Quap was utilized in the first 10 to 12 minutes, it's a hero that, like, if you don't get started, you just...
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not started ever.
It did feel like a ticking time bomb, though. Like, Troll's farming up, you're not really stopping him. The Doom was having a decent lane, he hit 6, then everything opens up for him. But it's the fact that supports also had such a big influence. Like, you look towards even just the Rubik, Karka's positioning. The second he stole that Edict, like, for me, like, that's when you lost all that momentum in like, towers as well as farm that you were meant to get. The whole map control, the balance just equaled.
Yeah, and the weak part of Keen's draft would have been, you know, when this Quap is trying to rotate that first ultimate. He wants to get involved, buy space, so that you're able to take uncontested towers on the side of Signify. But to your point, yes, as soon as you have Edict, it's all of a sudden, well, we don't need to worry about bottom anymore. Troll can hard farm through the jungle. They are actually the ones that get not just the tier 1, but the tier 2. Yeah. They have the tier 2. There's no...
And Rubik did that solo. Like, he wasn't even being... Nobody TP'd back from Signify to stop him.
Just 2 Edicts, that's all it takes. But yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yep. And now they do Roshan. Keen Gaming looking to extend their current lead. It's already 15,021 minutes in.
I love this build on Old Chicken, where instead of going for an earlier BKB, he just SNY Satanic. The status resist, you're against so many stuns.
Oh, they saw Disruptor. He's underneath the Sentry Ward. Bakaka's nearby, so they'll start with the Hex. Bakaka, he just jumps in. He stole the Mass Serpent Ward in a 3-man stomp. That's the perfect stun. The Sonic Wave, it'll connect on the Carcass. They'll get rid of that pesky Rubik. Not to mention Disruptor, who does buy back pretty quickly, but now the cause will arrive. They've already finished off Roshan. Old Chicken's got all the sustainability he wants to, having that Satanic already completed, and he'll battle underneath the Shrine. He'll stack up that fervor and just get through the Axe with the combination of the Tiny. They have the burst. And they'll go straight through mid.
I also like how they're using the Tiny. He's playing a great game so far. 8-0-8. You know, doesn't feel like he's had this crazy high impact, but and if you look at his net worth, you think, oh, the mid player, why is he so low? But when you've got Doom offlane and a hard carry like Troll, you actually want to be playing Tiny as the 3. And we saw this actually in the Complexity TNC game too, the one game Cole actually won. They had Doom as well and a Spectre, right? And Limp's playing a Bat. And the Bat, like, he's owning, but he's supposed to be the 3, even though he is in the mid lane. There's no such thing as this even 1-2-3 role distribution. It's all about the hero choice, and Doom's just too greedy of an offlaner to have a greedy mid.
And they're just trying to stay alive as well. There's your Hexes out, Swifty. He'll need that mech that he ended up buying on the Queen of Pain of all items. Yeah, I'm not kidding on that one. Triggers up the mech. Here comes Axis. A good double call, but Old 11, under the protection of his own BKB, just kills up the Queen of Pain. Already doomed him up, and the Troll breaks free. Looking for the Shaman, who'll get glimpsed back over, but this is GG. Well played. Not even 23 minutes on the board, but as expected, a high-tempo game out from Keen and Signify, and also as expected, Keen Gaming solid in every position.
Just it's a smooth game. We've already harped on the critical errors Signify made. I will say it doesn't feel like they're not outmatched individually, right? The lanes went well for them. The moves they made were conceptually sound. It's just that they have to be, I don't want to say just better, it's too bland, but little things like your Axe should never, when you rush Vanguard, he should never leave the enemy side of the map. If there was a heat map, that river, he should stay enemy side at all times.
Let's have words which aren't bland. Panel, what have you got that could describe this that's a little bit more spicier?